Pop Culture Pastor.
Hey, Cody.
Good afternoon?
Yes, it is afternoon. It's hard when the show starts at noon.
Yeah.
Because you always want to be like, good morning, afternoon.
Yeah.
It's kind of confusing, especially on a Monday when you're already kind of, I'm dragging. I don't know about you, but
I got a case of the Mondays.
No. Why would you ever say that to someone? I spent all weekend at a theme park, Silver Dollar City in Branson, Missouri.
Did you do the time traveler?
I did not.
Oh, that's
I did
sad.
not. Several of the youth I was with did. But I don't know. I feel like an old fuddy-duddy at theme parks now because I don't really get into the rides much. In fact, what I really like to do at a theme park is pick a high traffic area and just sit and people watch.
Let me ride all the rides.
And add a funnel cake to that. I love like the park food.
Some of it's better than others.
Yeah, it's not a win-win situation.
Yeah,
There's
not.
definitely some hits and misses. Someone asked me, one of my kids asked me, well, what is a funnel cake made of? And I was stumped. I was like, I don't know. It's hot fat. I don't know what it's made of. Is it like a batter?
It is.
That's fried?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a whole lot different than pancake batter.
It's literally fried hot fat.
It is.
With
Powdered sugar on top.
lots of powdered sugar too. Some of the kids I was around were eating them, and they were just like there was a pile of powdered sugar on these things. I'm just not. I don't know. If you listen to this long enough, this show or our podcast or whatever, you know that I'm not a big sugar guy. But I took 2 bites of that funnel cake, and I was like, that's enough for me.
My issue with funnel cake, especially with the powdered sugar, is I'm usually wearing dark clothes and then it just shows up. And you can't get rid of that powdered sugar.
Do you have like the 2 stripes on your t-shirt, on the black t-shirt for where you're wiping your fingers with the powdered sugar?
There's powdered sugar like specks all over just because you pick up the powdered sugar, the wind blows, and then it's all over you.
We had a friend whose brother would wear he answered the door a couple times wearing a white shirt, and we could tell he'd been eating Cheetos.
Oh, brother!
I dig that. I'm a fan of the same place on the shirt wiping of the fingers, just so everyone knows. Like, oh, you're eating Cheetos? Yeah, I love Cheetos. How did you know? Well, you got 2 Cheeto lines on your shirt. That's what they're called. The powder, by the way, we call it Cheetos.
Don Cheeto.
Hey, you got 2 Don Cheeto lines. Anyways, good afternoon. Welcome. This is Pop Culture Pastor. My name's Dave. Cody's here, and we're ready to play some music and just generally just kind of hang out. Genuinely and generally, just hang out and talk about stuff.
All the stuff.
So stick around. So Danielle, do you still use like letter forms when you write things like emails and stuff? You know how back in school?
Oh, like how you learned to format a letter?
Yeah, how we used to like write letters.
I never actually wrote. I mean, I write letters still. Like I send actually a lot of cards and stuff.
But you don't do the formal.
I don't I don't think I've ever really actually done that in real life. Like I've done it in school and I've taught our kids how to do it.
Oh,
but
interesting. Wow.
I don't think I've ever. Maybe like when I had to send like professional letters. Yeah. Then I did it, but like I don't really do that anymore.
Okay.
I don't really send professional letters.
Yeah. I suppose it would have to do with like what your work is, what you do.
Like I send emails with work people, but there's no formatting involved.
Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to talk about like these formal letters.
Yeah.
the way we write formal letters, because this guy, he was playing around with Chat GPT. Are you aware of what Chat GPT is?
Is that like the thing that writes for you?
It's artificial intelligence.
Okay, yeah.
So it'll do anything you ask it to do.
So if I say like, write me a paper on it'll write me a paper on it.
I mean, it won't cook you a good cheeseburger.
No, but if I said write me about a paper about the current political situation in Soviet Russia, it would write me a paper about that, right?
Like 5,000 words. You could say, give me 5,000 words on, and it would do that because it's intelligent and it's got all this data that's fed into it from the internet. And people are doing like kind of crazy, wild things with it. There are people out there who are using this artificial intelligence where it'll actually give you ideas for making money, entrepreneurship, businesses, like really kind of groundbreaking stuff. And it's only a little scary.
It makes me think of the Jetsons.
Yeah. But I, of course, lean to the lighter side. And I found this guy who his whole thing he wanted from Chat GPT was how to end letters.
How to end them?
Yes.
As in
the valediction at the end of letters. Are you familiar with that terminology?
Yeah.
So the valediction at the end of a letter would be like if I signed at the end of my letter, best wishes, comma, Dave.
Yes.
That's called a valediction.
Yes.
If you remember from the stuff we didn't use that
the
they taught us in school.
salutation is the opening.
Right.
Yes.
Dear so-and-so.
Yes, that would be the
That's salutations, right? So this is the valediction, and he was interested in getting new valedictions because I guess he was bored.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about all the valedictions that this artificial intelligence gave him.
They're like professional.
Yes.
Okay.
Some of them are hilarious.
It's not like check you later.
Check you later, comma, Danielle. So this guy asked this artificial intelligence Chat GPT for valedictions, which are the ending of formal letters. Best regards, comma, Dave.
Sincerely.
You're a scruffy looking nerf herder, comma, Dave. Right? Like things like a formal way to end a letter. And it popped out like 50 per the way he wanted to end it. So each one he asked, I want a new valediction for the end of my letter, and say he wanted it positive. Okay. So I'm sending a positive letter, and these were some of the ones he got for positive. So if you were doing a valediction or a formal letter, you could end it, and it was a good letter. Yeah. You could say, with sunny smiles, comma, Danielle. Brightest beams, comma, Dave. Yours in adventure, comma, Dave. I like that one. Yours in adventure.
That is a good one.
That would make me feel like, are we going on an adventure?
Are we going somewhere?
Here's one. If you're, this would be great for the coffee house, for my bosses inside the coffee house. In caffeinated spirit, comma, Danielle.
All of my letters could be signed that way.
Like, listen, if it's positive, if I'm happy, I'm pretty much guaranteeing I'm caffeinated.
In caffeinated spirit, in parentheses. Hence my shaky handwriting.
If you're really into, like, my friends at Comic-Con might be like galactic greetings, comma, Dave. Or
return address, the moon.
In ministry, pastoral ministry, you might end yours with humbly at your service, comma, Dave.
Oh, that one's nice.
Yeah, that one's nice, isn't it?
It's better than the blessings.
With a dash of pizzazz, comma, Danielle. Or Mario. That sounds, I just think pizza when someone says pizzazz. Yours in wanderlust. I don't like that one. That one sounds sinful. What's wanderlust? With a sprinkle of stardust, comma, Dave.
That one.
That was a little too out there.
I don't like that one.
Yeah, that one also sounds bad. How about this one? Remember, these were all put out there by an artificial intelligence. So maybe you're wanting to end your letters with positivity. Toasting to our correspondence, comma, Danielle.
I'm going to use it.
What are you toasting?
I'm going to use
Sinful.
that. I'm going to use that one next time I write a letter to my grandma.
Carpe diem, comma Dave. With gratitude and gusto, Dave. These are all just great. And these are just the positive ones.
With gratitude and gusto.
Yeah. I think this one's my favorite. If I'm from now on, if I end a letter positively, it's going to be ended like this: with a touch of whimsy, comma Dave. I like that.
Yeah.
With a touch of whimsy.
Beautiful.
Here's another song. So what about if you're angry? This first of all, have you ever written a formal letter when you were angry?
I have never written a formal letter when I was angry.
Really? Because it seems to me that a formal letter would probably be when you would write a formal letter, when you're upset about maybe you got bad service, so you write a formal letter. Cease and desist, right?
Oh, you know what? I did write a cease and desist letter once, actually.
Oh, okay. Are you willing to share, or?
I don't know. Do you want me to share?
I don't know. I don't know anything about the story.
It's been since we've been married. Yes. Remember? Okay. So you had like student loans through some company that sold your student loans to someone else. And then like the company that no longer even held the student loans was like harassing us for payments, even though they didn't hold the lien title anymore.
I do remember that.
And they were like calling us all the time. And so I finally sent, I don't even remember all the details.
You sent a formal letter?
I sent a cease and desist letter and told them that we would get a lawyer involved if they didn't stop harassing us.
And then they stopped harassing us.
And we never heard from them again.
Wow.
It wasn't student loans. What was it? I can't remember. It was someone though that like had been involved in something.
Oh, no. It was a phone bill from back like way before I met you. I remember now. It was a phone bill, like a landline bill from something like almost like 8 years before I met you. And it was a collection agency. It wasn't the phone company.
Okay.
And the bill had long since been paid.
Yes, that's what it was.
And the collection agency was still like trying, they had bought. So sometimes some people probably have had some experience with this. Sometimes when so the way it happened, I didn't even know I owed them anything, like, cause it was the last month of before I moved or something or other. Something weird happened. And what had happened was the debt had been sold to collection agency, like it'd just been passed down. And so at some point the line of communication got broken. And
but like it had all been paid and you even had record of the payment.
We had records of it and everything. And this collection agency was doing what collection agencies do when they're like, we're going to send Tiny and he's going to break your legs. And we're like, no, he's not.
They didn't actually do that.
Send
they
Tiny.
were just calling us all the time. And like, they were harassing us.
Yeah.
So yes, I did. But that I think is the only time I have written kind of an angry, like, hey, back off letter.
Yeah. I forgot about that. That's a wild story.
Yeah.
So say you're getting harassed by a collection agency that it says you owe them money that you know you don't owe. Maybe you need to write them a formal letter.
Yeah. And
maybe we go to this artificial intelligence.
Or we just sign it in Christ, Danielle Rimbold.
That seems passive aggressive. I'm a little hesitant to use our Lord and Savior in a passive aggressive maneuver. But I understand that happens sometimes. But if you got to send a formal letter and you're wanting it to be a little angry, perhaps go with these suggestions by an artificial intelligence. Ticked off and typing, comma Danielle.
That sounds very much like Dear Anne or
that's
what
that's not even
the newspaper
passive.
things?
That's just aggressive.
Like the newspaper, like Sleepless
advice,
in Seattle.
The advice,
the advice columns. It sounds like
in deep frustration, comma Dave. Yours in discontent, comma Dave. I like that one.
Yours in discontent.
I'm gonna start signing all my letters to McDonald's regional office. Yours in discontent, Dave.
Angrily.
With a heavy sigh, comma Danielle. These are great. Oh, this one's not even passive though. This is just aggressive. Unimpressed and unsatisfied, comma Danielle.
All right.
Now, see, this one I don't like. The artificial intelligence got a little weaselly here with a clenched fist, comma, Dave. No, I don't like that.
That's too aggressive.
Yours in protest. But do you want to be
That's
yours?
a good one.
Yours
Or
in protest?
in protest. Maybe lose the yours.
In a tempestuous mood, comma, Danielle. I feel like you could have signed a lot of letters like that.
Hey!
Well, tempestuous doesn't mean you're like fuming mad. It just means like I'm feeling
Passionate.
I'm feeling a little chaotic.
I feel a little passionately chaotic.
How about this? I this one could be used for me a lot. Vexed and vehement, comma, Dave. through gritted teeth, comma, Dave. Exasperated, comma, Dave. Yes. Yes, I think we all like. I would probably send that one to people I love. Exasperated, comma, Dave. I love you, but gosh, can we please? Resentfully, comma, Danielle. Now that one's just harsh. Some of these are a little too harsh. So maybe in the next segment, we'll talk about apologetic, congratulatory. We'll just rattle off some romantic, huh? Yeah.
Ooh la la.
So we'll reconciliatory. That's an important one for us. So we'll go over a bunch of those when we come back. All right. So we've been talking all afternoon, seems like, about this guy who asked an artificial intelligence for new valedictions.
Yes.
How to sign off on letters. And he asked for 50 in all these different categories. And so the next one is apologetic. What if I want to write a formal letter where I'm sorry? I'm sorry. So sorry. And then I could end the letter apologetically, comma, Dave, which seems kind of standard.
Yes.
But as we go on, they get a little bit more fanciful. Contritely, comma, Dave. How would you feel like if you were mad at me and I sent you a letter and it said, pained and penitent, comma, Dave?
Next time I'm mad at you, I would just like a letter, please. Would you please write me a letter, an apology letter?
I will write you a letter like I'm the worst.
You can go ahead and do that for past grievances if you'd like.
You are very attractive and I am not attractive. And then I would sign it, yours in contrition, comma, Dave. Wishing to make amends, comma, Dave. In the pursuit of forgiveness, comma, Dave. These are nice. I like these.
That's a nice one.
Yeah. Desiring to set things right, comma, Dave. I think if we apologize in letter form, this would be good. These are good. This is good stuff.
Apologizing in letter form is actually a really smart idea.
Where is the artificial intelligence, the way that works is it gets all the data from like the internet. And I want to know where it's pulling these from because we don't apologize like ever. People aren't sorry anymore, are they? I thought we did away with being sorry. Like he's got 50 of these, ways to end an apologetic letter that he got from an artificial intelligence. Learning from my mistakes, comma, Joe Biden. I'm sorry. I thought that would be funny. I wasn't trying to be political.
That was funny.
Hoping for absolution, comma, Donald Trump.
Yep.
There. Now we're even, and we can move on and not be, hurt about it. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have went political. And that was a mistake in the spirit of atonement, comma, Dave. How about that?
Good
Is that
one.
better?
That's good.
We're coming up to graduation season and wedding season, really.
Yep.
They kind of go back to back there where we'll be, we're youth pastors. So obviously graduation season's pretty big for us because there's always kids graduating and you have to write nice things to them and tell them what you meant to them and congratulate them and
Tell them what you meant to them.
tell them what they meant to you.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm sorry.
I can tell people what I mean to them, though.
Recognizing my transgression, comma, Dave. No, but there's
congratulatory valedictions.
congratulatory ones. Basking in your glory, comma, Danielle.
Oh, nice.
That one's good. That makes the person feel special, right?
Yeah.
Soaking up your success, comma, Danielle.
Sounds a little like you're trying to steal their success.
Yeah. Commending your efforts, comma Dave. That sounds
That's
like
a good one.
Well, sort of. It makes it sound like you're being sarcastic, though. It's like, well, you didn't
all of these kind of though.
Well, you didn't actually graduate, but commending your efforts, comma Dave. Reveling in your victory, comma Danielle. It's like you're writing a letter to Julius Caesar. What? It's like a triumph. Here, this one's my favorite. Extending my warmest felicitations, comma Dave.
Oh, wait, what?
That could be misconstrued.
Felicitations?
What's a felicitation?
I don't know that word.
And why are they warm? I don't know about that one. In the spirit of festivity, comma Danielle.
That's a good one.
These are amazing.
I gotta Google what is felicitate. I can't get past that one.
I don't know, but this is like awesome. These I'm gonna have to save this this whole list. How about this? Like we could write letters to God, showering with you. No, that's not what I meant to say.
Cut.
Showering you with praise, comma Dave. Dear God, you are the best. You're the greatest. Showering you with praise, comma Dave. Not showering with you. In the glow of your achievement, comma Danielle. These are so much fun. These are lots of fun. One more? You want one more?
One more. Make it a good one.
Okay. With the highest commendation, comma Danielle. That makes you feel like you have some authority that you're handing out.
It does. It sounds, yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations on your
Very
graduation.
diplomatic.
With my highest commendation, comma Dave. P.S. Here's a $20 bill. Nice, huh? I like the commendation better, I think. Now I know this is the one you've been waiting for, because you said you have a desire that I would write you more formal letters.
Yes.
And
Are these the romance ones?
you probably would want me to make them romantic.
Love letters.
So some of these, the early ones, of course, seem pretty standard. Forever yours, comma Dave. Tenderly, comma Dave. That sounds like a song. Tenderly, comma Dave. Kisses and caresses, comma Dave. Wow.
Ooh.
Now hold on.
This
okay.
is a G-rated show, man.
This
Come
is,
on.
and I'm going to remind you, this is the computer. This is artificial intelligence
Yes.
giving us these ideas. Dreaming of us, comma Dave.
Aww.
That one is kind of sweet, isn't it?
It is.
That's like all encompassing, because it's like, I'm not just loving you now. I'm dreaming of us and what we will become.
I mean, we have an anniversary in 2 months from today.
Oh man.
So remember that.
I hadn't even thought about that. I should
Remember
probably
that
be looking
one.
for a gift, huh?
Yeah.
With a touch of romance, comma Dave.
I don't want
Is that a double?
Of
Is that a double entendre? I don't know what's going on there. In the language of love, comma Danielle. Right? That one fits with your love languages stuff, church peoples.
I don't know. I don't think I like that one.
With the fire. Wait, I got to say this like Antonio Banderas. With the fire of our passion, comma Antonio. Right?
That's a good one.
Yours in the dance of love, comma
Ooh.
Dave.
Yes.
No, that's probably still Antonio. Love struck, comma Danielle. Yeah, that one's probably true. In the glow of our love, comma Dave. Oh, this is the best one. I don't know if I should actually tell you this one or just save it for our anniversary.
Maybe you should whisper it and then you can use it.
Okay, as we go to the music, I'm going to whisper it. Are you
So
ready?
listen close, everybody.
With the stars as our witnesses, comma Dave. Oh man, that one's good. I have a literal tear in my eye. Okay, we've been talking for the last couple hours about these.
We've maybe had a little too much fun with this.
Yeah, we've been talking about this guy that fed an artificial intelligence the instructions that he wanted new valedictions for the way to end formal letters. So, for instance, sincerely, comma, or sincerely yours, comma Dave, that's a valediction at the end of a formal letter. And we've had all these things and we've had some fun with it. But now I think we should end this with useful things. Like, what if you're seeking a job? And, like some places, I don't know, do people still do this? Like, we were taught to you don't just send a resume, you send a cover letter.
Yes.
Is that still
that's
a thing?
when you asked earlier if I wrote letters, the only reason I would probably format a letter at this point would be if I was looking for a new job. Yeah.
So if people still do that, you might be looking for the perfect way to end your cover letter with your resume.
Yeah.
And you might say, driven to succeed, comma, Dave. Your
sounds a little
dedicated
hokey.
applicant, comma, Dave. That's a little redundant, isn't it? Yeah, we know you're an applicant. That's like the whole reason you're writing us this letter. That's just redundant. I don't like that one. Awaiting your positive response, comma, Danielle.
I don't like that either.
Is that a little too aggressive? Is that you think that's a little too presumptuous?
I think so. Yeah.
Presumptuously yours. Comma Dave. I thought of that one all myself.
That's
I
a
didn't
good
even
one.
need Chat GPT for
That's
that.
a good one.
Your
Use it.
future team member, comma Dave. Don't sign your cover letter like that. So what's interesting about these responses that the artificial intelligence is coming up with is they lack tact.
I'm pretty sure I've always signed those maybe respectfully.
Maybe your future employee, comma Danielle.
Maybe your future. I think I've always signed them respectfully.
In pursuit of a new challenge, comma Dave. Ooh, that one would get you a job.
That's a good one.
That valediction would straight up give you a job, guaranteed. Put that on your cover
Look
letter.
at the way he signed that letter. Hired.
Yeah, I mean, hired. Driven by ambition, comma, Dave. Now that doesn't sound good. That sounds sinful. Optimistic and prepared, comma, Danielle.
Don't like it.
You don't?
Too intense.
Yeah, that sounds like a person who's
Although it is perfect for me.
who's gonna like do all the work of everybody else around them and then get real martyr like.
Yeah, it is a lot
Well, I
like me.
did your work and my work. Ready to embark on this journey, comma Dave.
Eh.
I like that one. I like those. Let's find one more for the job seekers out there. Are you ready? You're aiming for your dream job. You've got a great resume, and you just need a way to end your cover letter, and you could say, envisioning success, comma Danielle.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I thought so too. Maybe you heard one today that you're
going to use.
That's you're going
If
to
you're
use.
going to use it, go on our Facebook page and tell us
I
what
think
you're using it for.
Yeah,
Which one?
If you're going to use one, let us know on KFEX's Facebook page or Pop Culture Pastor. Follow them both just to be sure. But we're out of time. We got to go. Should Jesus delay his coming, we'll be back here tomorrow at noon. God willing, you will be as well. Just know that as we leave, we are eternally smitten, comma, Pop Culture Pastor. Did that work? I don't know if that worked.
I love it.
Anyways. Hey everybody, Dave here. What you have just listened to are bits and pieces of our radio show. We have a radio show on KFEX Firescape Radio located in Chanute, Kansas. You can hear that show from noon to 4 every weekday. So if you want to tune into that, you can go to www.kfex931.com, or you can search KFEX in your app store on your smartphone and find their totally free app there. If you're a fan of Christian music, you might like to listen to our live show when you're at work, or if you're a stay-at-home mom and you like music in the house, you may love to listen to that during the day. So give it a try. We would also direct you to our podcast, Pop Culture Pastor. That's probably why you're listening anyways to this version of what we do. As always, subscribe to the podcast, follow us on our social medias on Facebook and Twitter. It helps us out when you share it, when you review and rate us on our podcast homes. And of course, follow us on social media and share our stuff there. So thank you so much for listening. We love all of you guys so much. We have such a great community of listeners, and we'll see you when the regular pod drops on Friday.